In this Echo tutorial, you will learn how to create a WordPress post. The first thing you must do is open a new Google tab and type in the address bar jerecho.org/admin. This will bring you to the WordPress login page where you will enter your credentials that you created in class with your teacher. The next step is to go to Posts and click on Add New. WordPress is now waiting for you to enter the content of your article. First, it wants a headline, and you will decide on what that would be and type it in here. In this case, I'm writing an article about new media communications graduates of the year 2020, and there are 12 of them. So I've decided to call this article Dearer by the Dozen. I'm playing on the title Cheaper by the Dozen, but wanted to make it dear because they are dear to us. WordPress posts are organized by blocks, and you determine what kind of content goes into each block. The first is always the headline, as you see, and now it's waiting for the next block, so it wants you to type something. It defaults to a paragraph or text box block. The next line, and a very important line, is your byline. By is always capitalized, the letter B capital, small y, and then your name goes in all caps. In this case, there's only one reporter, me, but if you had more than one, you would separate the names with a comma and don't use a comma before the last name. Use the word and in lowercase, and then put in the final name. All right, with the byline completed, you're ready for another block. So you would go up here, hit the plus sign, and tell it what kind of content you want. In this case, it's going to be a paragraph, and I'm ready to write the first paragraph or the lead of my article. Now, since I've already written my article and I have it in my Google Doc, I will just copy and paste section by section into my WordPress post. So I've added a block that was a paragraph, and I'm going to paste my lead into that block. If I'm going to continue with another paragraph, I can just hit return, and WordPress will insert a new paragraph block, as you can see, right? But if I want to, I can tell it what kind of block this is. And in this case, I'm going to do something creative since this is a piece about different individual students, and I'm going to put in a heading. So there are some helpful hints. Some commonly used block types are here. So I'm going to hit a heading. All right, so that's my block, and then I'm going to go down here and add another block. That's a paragraph, and I'm going to go and copy and paste the text I wrote about Rachel. All right, so I went to my document, I copied it, and now I'm going to paste it in, and you can see that 3 paragraphs have been pasted. After about 3 paragraphs, I'd like to break this up with an image. And so I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to hit that plus. And when we put images in, I want an internal image. We want to see Rachel. We use, now notice we use media. And you can find the media content under layout elements. And there it is, media and text. So I'm going to click on media and text, and what you're seeing here is a block for a picture here on the left and a caption on the right. So I'm going to go to the media library because I've already uploaded the picture. I will show you how to do that later. I click on media library, and all of the images that any new media or Echo user will be in our library. And I am searching for our picture of Rachel. In fact, actually, it is not. Here it is. We don't see this thumbnail, but it's labeled. And I hit select. And there she is, okay? And then we're going to paste in the caption that I wrote that is, again, in my Google Doc. One thing you have to be mindful of is when you paste in the caption that you wrote, it defaults to a very large caption, which throws off our formatting. Just go to the right where it says font size here, click on the arrow and pick normal. And that puts the caption in the same size as the text of the article. All right, so we're almost done with writing about Rachel, but I don't want to end on a picture. And I decided that for this particular post, I'm going to have a little note to each of the graduates. So I'm going to add a paragraph, and I'm going to go and copy and paste my final sentence. Again, adding a new block, pasting it, and now I've got one part of my article is finished. I have a headline, a byline, a lead, a heading. Now I don't really like the size of this heading. It's heading 2. I'm going to go with heading 3 size. It makes it a little bit smaller and I think better proportioned for my overall piece. All right, I've done a lot of work here, and a very smart user knows that anything can go wrong. And so it's a good idea at this point to save. So I'm going to save the draft. And another nice thing to do is to preview your post so you can see it. So, okay, it's looking pretty good. Notice there is no featured image up here because I haven't added that yet. Previews always open in a new tab, so just go back to your other tab and you'll be back to your dashboard and your post that you're editing or that you're working on. Okay, so with that done, I will just continue the same process, clicking the plus sign, putting in a new, in this case would be a new heading because I'm going to put in a new student. Oops, edit undo because I'm not in the right place. Make sure your cursor is placed, right? So I want to be down here. I'm going to hit enter and heading. And I'd be ready for my next student, who is Katie Margolis. Okay. All right. That's a little bit about how to build a post block by block. That's not everything you have to do, though, and so I want to touch on some other elements of a WordPress post. All right, so with all of your text in the post, as you can see, I've added a lot more about all the graduates. You are ready for some work to be done on the whole post itself to get it ready for publication. So over here on the right, you'll see that there is block and document. Right now, we've been going block by block, and so this information is about editing a block. What we want to deal with now is an entire document. So we're going to hit document, and this gives information about publishing it, who the author is, and down here is where we want to concern ourselves because we need a featured image. We don't post anything without a featured image. So we're going to go to set featured image, and notice it defaults to the media library. That's another item you can see on your dashboard. And in this case, we need to put in a group picture. And I didn't upload that yet because I want to show you how to do that. So when you're ready to add new pictures to our media library so that they can be included in a post, you have to upload them. So remember, nothing can go into a post unless it's in the media library first. So I'm going to click on Upload Files, select File, and that file is in my Downloads folder, and it's right here. Okay, it's the last one I just put in. And I'm uploading that. And once it finishes uploading, over here on the right, you say Set Featured Image. And now you can see that it is there ready to be the featured image of this post. The next thing we need to do is put in our tweet. That is done through Jetpack, this little green, you see when I hovered it, you see the word Jetpack. So you click on the green, and the first thing that comes up is your Twitter feed. All right, we're automatically connected to our Twitter feed. Notice sometimes you're going to see 2 of these. If you do, just turn one off, turn the bottom one off. The Twitter feed is always defaults to the headline, but that's not really what we want to tweet out to all of our followers. So again, you should have your tweet already written, copy it out of your Google Doc and paste it into the space. Oops. And I have to fix something there. You can see that. And so my tweet is 12 terrific reporters are graduating this year. Read about these amazing young people and their plans for the future. Okay. And so now my tweet is in and my featured image is in. And so any good user is going to go up here and hit Save Draft. All right. Now I'm not quite done with this entire post, but if we did hit preview, just so that you could see how it looks. All right, here we go. This is how it would be looking if it's published. I've got my headline, I've got my featured image, I've got the lead, I have my reporters person by person. I'm still waiting for a picture from Matt. I've got Lauren, Lital, right? And I'm going on and on. And you can see I still have holes. I'm still working on it. But basically, that's what you do to create a post. I'm going to go back to the other tab now, where is the editing tab. And when you're all done, you just leave it saved and you alert one of the editors or me that you are ready for an editor to take a look at this, and then it goes up the chain of command and will eventually, it is me, your teacher, who will back at the document, right, phase, go here where it says visibility publish, and I would pick a date for publish and I would schedule it, but we're not doing that yet. Okay, folks, that's how you create a post. Good luck, get started, and can't wait to see you published on the Jericho.